good fellas, and welcome back to another episode of Ask Tony Tuesday. We are now on episode 21.
21.
Yes, and it's the start of Rocktober, as Tony would say.
That's right. It's my lucky number, 221.
Are you ready for your first question of the day?
I am ready.
Alrighty, so the first question is, how are stone countertops attached to the cabinets?
Okay. Basically, the stone itself is so heavy, it doesn't really move on its own anyway. But what we do is we install the countertops, we level everything, we do the seams if there's a seam, and then what we do is we run a bead of pure silicone all the way around the whole perimeter of the countertop. Once that silicone dries, it's not going anywhere. Most of the time for a big piece isn't going to go anywhere anyway, but a lot of times they're smaller pieces, maybe the piece next to the stove. If someone were to bump that, that would move. So we just put that pure silicone down for two reasons. One, to keep it in place. Two, it fills in any gaps, because not every cabinet is level. So we shim it and then we fill it with the silicone, and that fills in any voids underneath the countertop. So it just adds, strength on top of security. Okay?
Question 2 for the Rocktober.
Rocktober.
How many square feet does a standard slab of stone have?
Okay, well, it depends on the block. What happens is the quarry will extract a block of stone from the mountain. And depending on the size of the block that's extracted, will be the size of the slab. Usually you're going to get anywhere between 50 to 65 square feet in a slab. That doesn't necessarily mean that if you have a 60 square foot kitchen that we're going to get it all out of one slab, because a lot of it has to do with grain direction, and sometimes an island will take a big chunk of that slab. If there's an L shape, a lot of times that takes a big chunk of the slab. Whenever there's a radius, there's a lot of waste. So that will take a lot of a slab. So it all depends on the shape of the kitchen. It depends on if there's movement, like when you do an absolute black, which is a solid black, there's really no grain direction. So you can kind of, cut the pieces wherever you need to cut them. But when you have something that's very directional, when we do a kitchen, all the veining has to run in the same direction. So a lot of times you're going to use more slabs to do that. Even if it's 45, 50 square feet, you may need to go into two slabs and cut two slabs worth of 120 square feet to get that kitchen out of, because it's important to get the vein direction to go in the same way. Not every fabricator thinks that way, but that is the correct way to do it. So to answer the question, anywhere between 50 and 65 square feet. The slabs are getting bigger and bigger because people while you're building these had giant houses and they want giant islands with no seams. So the slabs are getting bigger to accommodate that.
Yeah, jumbo slabs are huge.
Yeah, they're making like 132 by 76.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They're fun to carry.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
And every cut is different, so there's not really a set size for any slab. It just depends on where it's coming from.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Those are all the questions that we have for you today, Tony. Thank you for answering the questions.
My pleasure as always.
We will see you guys next week with another episode of Ask Tony Tuesday. We hope you're having an awesome Rocktober and have a great rest of your Tuesday. See you guys.
The Roadrunner.